Hello again. Welcome to episode 7 of Miss DeWitt's Diary. Today we're going to be talking, basically I'm going to give you the gist of the diary entries. I'm going to read some, but not the whole thing, just because a lot of it has to do with like specific people and I don't want them to get uncomfortable. But today's topic is growing up too fast and being too concerned with doing what you think you're supposed to do. Okay? So these journal entries start in May, and then the last one that I'll be going over is in August. So this spans an entire summer, basically. So it looks like I didn't really write much during the summer, but then when it was time to go back to school, I started again. So May 26th of 2004. Dear Dear Iden, I'm so tired. I hit my leg, my shin on a trumpet case. It really hurt. Love, Sarah. I don't know if you guys have heard of growing pains, but as you get older, a lot of times you get clumsier because you're not used to how fast your body's growing. And that was definitely what was happening to me. Unfortunately, if you know me, you know that I'm still pretty clumsy and I still crash into things. So I don't really have that growing up excuse anymore. I'm just a klutz. May 27th, 2004. Dear Iden, sleep. I need sleep. I went to the AMS orientation meeting today. Love, Sarah. Again. Little all over the place, but I was really excited because I was about to go to the meeting to figure out what it was going to look like to go to my new school, because I was no longer going to be at my previous elementary school. I was going to a middle school now for 7th grade, and it was going to be very different, but my friend Victoria was going to be there, so I wasn't too worried. And funny enough, as we would go on in life, we would always sort of end up together. Now we're not, because she's in Michigan and I'm down here in Texas, but for a long time, we were, at the same school, and I would just sort of, end up at the same place as her, which was not a negative thing at all. Dear Iden, 5/28/2004. I think I'll go to the class trip. I'm eating Pirate's Booty. It's so good. And then here I do an entire diary entry of another girl who told me all about the boy she's kissed. And let me make something clear. We were 12. I don't actually think this girl kissed any boys. I think she was just trying to seem cool and well-known. But the thing is, there's nothing cool about any of that. I mean, it's just something. And the biggest problem that I have reading back on this is that, why are you kissing people at the age of 12? Obviously, when I was 12, I was like, oh, I'm crashing into things, and I didn't actually have any crushes at this point. My first crush would happen in 7th grade, and woo, Nelly, is that a doozy. But at this point, we have this girl who's like, oh, I've kissed 2 boys. And I was like, 2 boys? Oh my God. I don't really think she had. I think she had tried to come up with it because it seemed cool. But at the age of 12, you're not even a teenager yet. You're still a preteen. You're still a kid. There's no reason to be doing the smoochy kissy thing. That's really silly. Okay. So here's the tricky thing. Here it says Saturday, May 26th. And then here it says Saturday, May 26th. So that makes me think that either I made up some of these diary entries for no reason, or I didn't write very neatly. Maybe that's supposed to be an 8. Maybe that's supposed to be an 8. I really don't know, but that number is definitely not the correct number. But it says it was on Saturday, May 26th of 2004, which the other one was on whatever. So it says it's almost the end of school. It's over June 4th. Apparently it was important enough to mention that. Sunday, May 29th, 2004. Hi, Iden. My friend slept over last night, and she's sleeping over tonight. Love, Sarah. This friend was the daughter of one of my dad's best friends, and we were really good friends. We would hang out all the time because we were both kind of nerdy in the best way possible. And so we would play and come up with different games. So that was fun. And now, Tuesday, August 9th of 2004. Dear Iden, 3 months till my birthday. Yes, it's August, and it's almost the start of 7th grade. Right now I'm going to camp. And I found out recently that I'm musicalholic. And I can't change that. Now, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm talking about how much I wish I had a crush on a boy, but I didn't. I didn't have a crush on anybody. I wanted to. But for some reason, something about everything that was going on, everybody else had crushes on people, and I didn't. And that's okay. A lot of times, the kids around you might decide, like, oh, I'm going to date this person. If you're not ready for that, if you're not into that, don't even bother. They shouldn't be doing it either. And you know I say that because I say that at school all the time. But give yourself a chance to be a kid. And don't worry about, oh, I don't have a crush on anybody. I don't like anybody. Why don't I? What's wrong with me? Because there's nothing wrong with you. You're being a kid because that's what you're supposed to do. The last sentences. Yeah, and by the way, I'm sorry about not writing for a while. Love, Sarah. So that's today's entry from a long time ago, looking back at it. But I think it is an important entry because there's a lot of you that I teach or have taught in the past who have tried really hard to grow up too fast. And like, if I could do anything to go back to being like 8, I would. Because it's really fun when you're 8 years old because you don't really have to think about anything. And you can play and you can have fun and you can have... Oh God, you don't have to pay taxes. I hate taxes. Taxes are rough. Having to wake up early for work isn't fun. Paperwork. You guys think that the paperwork now is gross, but it gets pretty bad as a grown-up. But take your time as a kid. Don't rush. If you want to play with dolls and you're 14 years old, play. If you want to go outside and draw on the driveway with chalk when you're 17 years old, instead of talk about boys, do it. Do what makes you happy and what makes you feel like you. Because as you get older, you're going to start learning who you are, what you need, and what you love. And don't let what other people's opinions or what other people seem to be thinking is cool get in the way of that. Okay? So thank you for watching. I will see you soon and have a wonderful day.